Good morning, Rebecca Vigas, the writer whisperer here from a very snowy South Central Kentucky. We got about 2 inches last night. I am here today to wish you all a happy new year and talk to you about goals versus New Year's resolutions. I'm not making any resolutions. You shouldn't either. Resolutions are too easy to break. And almost everyone who makes a resolution breaks it. So, if you have writing goals, what's your major goal? List that first. Then, what is your first baby step to get there? Are you doing morning pages? Because you really need to be doing morning pages. That's where you get up an extra half hour early, take 3 blank sheets of paper. They can be in a journal, but you're writing back and front on all 3 pages. And you are just brain dumping everything you can think of. If it means getting to a point where your brain has kind of said, okay, I'm done, but you're not with your 3 pages back in front, write blah, 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 blah until you get another thought. Keep writing. It's important. Morning pages are not for anyone to read but you. I have books of morning pages. And I find in some of them, I'm repeating the same things I repeated 2 days earlier, which tells me I'm not doing what I should be doing. I have an immediate goal for this year. I have a client who wants to relaunch his book by mid February. And I want him to be able to have classes and programs all ready to go so that we can launch this book. So that's my main project. My secondary project, because I have them, is to get all my poetry into the computer and off so that I can have it reintroduced in its 3rd edition. Okay, it's time. It's very much time. I am also working on a writing book that will have programs with it. Self-taught programs, guided programs, intensive programs. Yeah, they'll all be there. And so I need to get on the stick. I have some other projects that don't deal with writing that need to get done, and they need to get done yesterday. So, no, I'm not taking off more than I can chew. I know exactly what has to be done and how to get it there. And I apologize for being late this morning. For some reason, my alarm did not go off, and I slept almost an extra hour, which was not on the agenda. And so I had like 6 minutes to shower, get dressed, do my hair for whatever it is. I just ran the blow dryer through it and brush my teeth. I already had breakfast. So drop me a comment. What is your main goal and what is your first baby step? That's the only writing prompt I have for you today. I want your new year off to a good start. I want you writing morning pages, and I want one goal and one baby step. Because I have, from the time this is over today, this YouTube video, until 1 o'clock to work on my goals. The poetry book in the computer, one of the other projects, whichever I can get to. Poetry book is first. I need it out there. I have people asking about it. I had a very successful break, and then I went north to Michigan on December 17th, and it snowed overnight, and it took me 2 hours and 20 minutes to get where I was supposed to go. Normally, it doesn't take that long. It takes an hour and a half. But there was like 6 inches of snow, not just 2. And so I got there. I had called them and told them I was on the way. And I got there. It took me another 10 minutes to set up. And the day was successful. 12 books were sold to possible writing clients, to people who would rather buy directly from my website because they can get autographed books there. And a young man about 12 who thought he hit the famous author jackpot, because that was the first question out of his mouth is, "Are you famous?" And I said, "Not quite yet." "Dad, let me have your phone." Dad hands him a cell phone and he types in my name in a Google search. And sure enough, he said, "Is this you?" I said, "Yes, it is." And I said, "If you had put .com after my name, you would have come up with my website." And he scrolls up a little bit, hits a button and says, "This one?" And I said, "Yes." And his dad says, "Come on, we have to get out of the way. This is a high traffic area," which it is. It was right towards the entrance of the mall. And as they walked away, the little boy said, "I'm checking out YouTube." Guess what? He's going to find me here. He's going to go back to school this week and tell all his friends he met a famous author. I'm not famous, I'm just online. I have been online for years. So, not new. I was on YouTube for a couple of years prior to starting Tea at 10 and writing. I used to do Tea at 10, and I used to do 7 at Wine, Wine at 7, WINE, and in parentheses, WHINE at 7. So you could either have a glass of wine or you could be whining. It did not matter. What did I talk about? Why, I'm writing, of course. And I started out with 22 reasons writers don't write. Then I decided, instead of telling you why you don't write, I should tell you why you should. Because you all have a story to tell. And it's an important story. And no one can tell your story but you. Whether it's fiction, memoir, nonfiction, you have a story to tell. I used to do oral stories with my daughter when she was little, probably around 2. Bedtime stories. And usually when we were up north at my parents' cabin, because there was no TV up there. So it's not like I could let her watch an evening TV show and then put her to bed. So I told her stories in which she featured as the main character. I never recorded the stories. I never told the same story twice. And she always fell asleep before the end. I have no idea what the stories were. I wish I had recorded them so they could be children's books now, so they could belong to my grandchildren. Funny how life worked that way. If you are telling a child, grandchild, someone else's child, a story, record it. It may mean something to somebody someday. So record it. Now, I've bored you enough for the first day back. The new season, this is episode 1. Write your goal. Put it in the comments. Write your 1 baby step. And do your morning pages. And I hope your new year is off to a wonderful, wonderful start. Bye now. Back at 10 tomorrow.